Hi everybody, it's Lee White, your transformational coach, and I'm coming to you live this afternoon to share what you need to know about the power of the words that you speak, particularly at this time of year. I'm coming in each evening at the moment because you don't have to tell me that you're busy. You feel a bit disconnected from yourself and your own needs. You are catching up with people that you haven't caught up with for a long time, and you might be feeling a little bit stretched, that kind of thing. You don't have to tell me that. I don't have to be an intuitive to know that. It's the end of the year, and it's always a culmination of so many different types of energy you've been putting out into the world. Things that you've tried, things that were unexpected that came up for you. And I want to talk to you about the power of the words that you choose right now. Many people have a deep desire for connection right now. And the words that you choose when you're speaking with others are so important, because your words are kind of like, it is said that they're like wands. You know, you're really creating a lot of your day-to-day experience out of the way that you talk about others, the way that you talk about yourself, the way that you talk about the current situation, the way that you talk about the past, the way that you talk about the future. And as you can see, it's your main method of connecting with others. So when we think about how powerful these words are, the words that you choose are going to be determining very much around the quality of your interactions, with your connections, and the connections that you make, the type. Like, you know, you can have a low quality connection with someone, you can have a high quality connection with someone. It's just like cable. And you don't want the line to drop out. And I want to talk to you about when a person says to you, how has your year been? How have you been? And what story do you choose? Does it depend on who you're talking to? How much do you speak about what's really true for you? And how capable are you of listening and letting another person have their opinion without you needing to state what is right? So these are the other types of words that you choose. The first one is that broadcast of how you are or how your year was. Are you choosing a lower path of your experience to focus on? Are you choosing a higher path of what surprised you and what did work out and what was worth going back into the energy of? If you imagine it still exists at some level and you're going to go back into the energy of that thing. Thank you, Sarah. They are such good questions, aren't they? And you'll love that aspect of, I'm seriously sitting here. Oh, it's really warm this afternoon, isn't it? You're probably at the beach, I hope, doing something nice. But I feel that when there's so many things to have really strong opinions on at Christmas, strong opinions on family members, strong opinions on people's partners and friends and who they're hanging out with, and all of these different things that, and obviously the unspeakable bigger things. Oh, bus stop, right. May the breeze be with you. The thing that's so important is when, and this will be new news to a lot of people, when another person is presenting an opinion that you've never heard of before, that is in 100% contrast or some significant contrast to your own, there is a culture these days to jump on Google mid-conversation, to stop having eye contact with a person and to get on Google and start saying, well, let me just tell you what I recently read about that, and let me just tell you what the facts are on that. Just don't go there. Right now, do not go there. Allow others to have their opinion, because I hate to tell you, but it's true for them. There is not one truth about anything that you're experiencing at any part of your life. For example, have you ever spoken to two people that had a disagreement you got to speak to them separately or hear both of their sides quite independently, they're both going to be right. They're both fighting for something that was important to them. And in this current situation, it's very important that you do not lose relationships that are important in your life because of something that is outside of you all. And it may even be a historic thing when it comes to like family stuff or past people. But when it comes to big issues, there's a lot that many don't agree with right now, and there's a lot that people want to change. How about one spends a little time in quiet practice? Sounds exciting, right? But if you knew what was available to you, you might give it a bit more attention. And it's called practice because obviously these things take a lot of practice, is having the discipline to slow yourself down, focus on your breath and quieten yourself, quieten the racing mind, and set intentions around the kind of future that you would really like to create. What is it that you would like to see changing in the education system, in the way that humans interact, in all that we are? What would you really like to see? Would you like to see people have more sense of personal freedom? Would you, as in, and what I'm specifically talking about, the ability to make healthy choices for their choices around their the food that they eat, the exercise they take on, the thoughts that they allow. That is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about freedom. Just get really clear on that. And when I talk about the power of the words that you're choosing, when someone says to you, how are you, or how was your year, do not go into those stories that are around how crap it was, and let that go, because there's a lot of people that really need to be heard about the experience they had, and it's your opportunity to really be broadcasting the better version of your experience, because there's no shortage of those lower vibrational experiences and conversations. There's no shortage, right? And so I'm bringing your attention back to the power of the words that you speak, and, you know, the things that you're hoping for from a place of empowerment, not from hoping that it's possible, but more like bringing through what is possible for you to create through that wonderful saying, I'll just call it a saying, having a mustard seed of faith. We know it's not a saying, it's a much deeper concept than that, but mustard seed of faith being all that one requires to literally move mountains. And I want to remind you that the power of your words is so deeply interwoven with the level of self-awareness that you're prepared to take on, because the power of your words will be very tied in with the thoughts that you allow in your life and your experience, and the thoughts you allow about yourself, the beliefs you have about others, and the judgments that you make of others. It's so important to be, like, if you imagine, I'm sort of seeing like washing this experience, and you'll notice when I'm receiving our messages that we definitely need to focus on at this time. My nose will always get so itchy, and it's just how it is. So I hope that's a helpful explanation why I'm touching my face. And this thing of like literally just washing and cleansing what we are allowing as our thoughts and our focus and our attention, because after all, as you know, where your focus and your visualizations in your life and the things that you're dreaming of, where that focus is where all of your energy and that creation energy that flows through you, that is where it's going. So I hope you find it interesting thinking about, wow, what words do I choose when somebody says, how are you, how was your year, what are you hoping for or doing in 2022? And really thinking about what it is that you're putting out there and what it is that you're repeating to yourself and to others all the time, because that literally becomes like a layering in your auric field, in your energy that you create from every day. And it's not like this whole area of work around creating the life that you want. It's not like you sit down and do a ritual and make that happen. You're doing it every day, in every waking moment, in every breath you take, in every thought you allow, in every response you choose. So the other power of the words that I want you to be really mindful of is, you know how people say, I'm hesitant to even say it, sending out good vibes. Well, what does that even mean? Okay. So that means thinking kind thoughts, definitely. Asking yourself, is this thought coming from a place of love, or am I back into judgment? Which is habitual human behavior. Is what is it called? It's like a a negative bias, a negative unconscious bias that we just go back to all the time. It's very protective. We don't have to do much at all if we're negative about everything. We can just literally sit on our lounge and never have to go anywhere because everything's not for us. And when you're other thoughts that you're putting out into the world and how you're responding to life is, so thinking kind thoughts, is this a helpful thought? And noticing the beauty and the things to be in awe of at some level in others. So they're talking about giving compliments to people. And this is not like a, gee, you look nice kind of compliment. It's more like those qualities that this person might have, and something that you don't notice immediately. It may be that you notice their beautiful eyelashes, or you notice, I'm just thinking of someone I saw today, or just how kind they are, and what they remember about you, and what they put their energy and focus on, and the impression that they want to share with you. Those types of things, because a compliment, especially when it's to someone like the person at the checkout that's probably having a hard time working in a customer-facing environment right now, prayers to all of them, and just being really mindful that you have this opportunity to share such great expansive energy with others just through your words about yourself, your words about others, your thoughts about others, and letting go of that human tendency to just flick into judgment or needing to be right. Because remember, there are way more than just a couple of truths. There's certainly not one truth. You will not find the correctest fact. There's no correctest fact. There's only what we know at any point in time. And I hope that that resonates with you. I'm sending you all so much love and compassion, and hopes for you experiencing a lot of kindness and a lot of expansive upliftment at this time. And I hope that you can keep your schedules really light. And I'm going to say it. Sanitize your hands, wash your hands, and wear a mask for sure. I don't care where you live, just do it. And take good care of yourselves. I see the light in you. And thank you, Sarah. I so am very glad to hear this was timely, because I'm thinking about you all of the time. Sad but true. And I think about things that you need to know to just have these beautiful, gentle reminders and ways of using new tools all of the time, because life is full on. It's not for the faint-hearted, and none of you are faint-hearted. All of the people on this page have so much courage that you bring, and I see you and I appreciate you, and thank you for being here always. And Sarah, it's so great to connect with you live. Bye for now.